Hello, I am Jennifer York of Bamboo Sorcery. The two main key things about keeping your bamboo fire safe are one, placement, and two, maintenance. We're going to talk about maintenance right now because that's really the primary thing. Basically, you want to clear your groves out with any dead canes and dead leaf litter. Those things are very flammable. The green canes, or yellow, depending on the species you have, are actually fire resistant. Bamboo has very few volatile oils and is made up of high silica content, which is fire resistant. So we are here in front of this grove of Philostachys basseti. And it hasn't been maintained in a long time. So there's lots of dead canes, the ones that are kind of brown looking, and a lot of dead leaf litter underneath on the ground. So I'm going to do two things. One is I'm going to illustrate how the green canes are not flammable or really take a lot to get them to catch, and the brown canes are very flammable. And then I'm going to demonstrate maintenance of this grove, and you'll see how gorgeous it looks when I'm done. Now, if you do this every year, the job won't be nearly as big. It will be a minor thing of taking out a couple of canes and raking out the leaves. In this case, it's a bit more work. So I have a Sawzall, I have clippers, I have a handsaw, I have a rake, and I have my trusty gloves. So let's get started with doing a little fire test. This torch is hot. It's hot. I'm going to show you how long it takes to get this going compared to this. Okay, you can see how with the dead cane, it was jumping into flame in the same period of time. As long as you have the leaf litter cleaned out, it can actually operate as a fire break.
Our bamboo, which is behind me, was the savior of the front part of our house and of the house with the fire. None of the bamboo previously burned. Some of the leaves curled. There was a little bit of drying of the bamboo. We had nothing out here. The fire did not come any closer. The bamboo probably saved all of this wooden structure, which is our front patio, from getting any of the fire things that were landing, all the sparks and different parts of the stuff that were being blown, because the wind was fairly high at that period of time, which was driving the fire in this direction also. From the driveway, there were some bamboo down there, but there were really no structures down there to burn. There were other bamboo down there that did curl also, but seemed like they protected the larger oak trees from getting any damage at all also. We have 2 or 3 large trees down there that other trees on the far end of the property did burn. We had to remove, but we've had no other damage from the fire. And I'm sure that the bamboo saved a significant amount of the house because of the sparks and everything else that were occurring. We had a local fire person that was here during the fire who was watching our house, and he said he could see the bamboo curl, he could see a lot of sparks and stuff, but nothing really came any further. It was either caught in the bamboo or down. My neighbor just above me, they lost their garage and their back patio. Their house survived but had a lot of damage. My neighbor across the street had a lot of damage to his house. And there was no damage above, but way above us, there's another home. They lost their guest house and had some damage to their other house from the fire as it came over. Down below us, where the driveway looks like ends from your film right now, that whole area was nothing. All the trees burned there. We had to remove them all. They were all dead, going between there and beyond. All the trees there totally devastated and gone away. So I'm sure that it had a lot to do with it, because as I said, there was one of the volunteer fire people that were here that I know from the hospital work, and he said that he was here quite a bit of the day just making sure there was nothing on the roof or anything, and he saw a lot of the bamboo curl, turn yellow, but never did see a fire started except in the backyard where there was a lot of grass.
So we're going to start by taking out the dead canes, and I'm going to illustrate kind of best practices for that. What you want to do is get as low as possible, so you clear the leaves away, and you're going to cut straight across, not at an angle, and I'll tell you why in a moment. There you go. If, however, you say you do this, if I'm in my grove on my knees cleaning out leaves or cleaning out, dead canes, this is a hazard. So you always want to cut it as close to the ground and as flat as possible. That's all I wanted to illustrate there.
So deep, roots so strong, roots hold on forever, hold on, roots so deep, roots so
Okay, so we've cut out all the dead canes and a few of the canes that are misshapen or leaning in a way that makes it not quite so pretty. The next step is to remove all the leaf litter. And I go to the center of the grove and just use my hands initially. Once I get it to the side, I can use a rake. And I'm just pulling out the undergrowth as I go.
roots so deep, roots.
You can see that this particular grove has been here a long time, and it's kind of root bound in this bed. There's only about 8 inches of soil on top of bedrock here. And the bamboo would love it if we gave it some nice, nutritious compost. Either on top of the leaf litter to hide the leaf litter from embers, or once you take the leaf litter out, which I think is probably the better policy, then putting the mulch down. You want nicely decomposed mulch so that it's not flammable. Like, you don't want wood chips. Decomposed compost.
Roots so deep, roots so strong. Roots hold on forever. Hold on.
So with this Philostachys faceti bamboo, it is a running bamboo. And again, the way we're making it fire safe is by taking out the dead canes and the leaf litter. With a clumping type, you do the very same thing. You take out the dead canes and clean out the leaf litter. It's a little tighter quarters because the canes are closer together. So I'm going to demonstrate to you why we want to remove all of this leaf litter. Doesn't take much more than a few seconds and the leaves are burning. Toast a marshmallow on it. So, if a whole bunch of that leaf litter is under your bamboo, especially if there's dead canes, the dead canes act as a fire ladder up into the whole grove. So you want to avoid both of those things. So I've cleaned out the leaves and the dead canes. There's nothing there to catch fire. Or if it does, there's just not anything enough volume to make a fire start going up the canes. There's just nothing there to burn really. Even the rhizomes, there's a little bit to burn, but nothing.